Good morning, dear children. I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, Beyond Tutoring, where learning goes beyond the classroom. So, you know that my name is Jyoti Chaudhary, and I have done my bachelor's and master's in quality assurance in pharma sector. So, I have deep interest and I'm very inquisitive about the topics related to chemistry, biology and physics. So today I have brought a new topic for my senior children of grade 10 with the lesson according to the CBSE curriculum. It is the chapter number 4, that is carbon and its compounds. Okay, so I know this is a part of chemistry wherein the children often face a lot of problems and confusions while they are naming or learning about the hydrocarbons. So organic chemistry is one of the toughest challenge. It is one of the main challenge for students who are learning chemistry and sciences in the higher classes. So before starting and explaining the topic, I would like to explain you that the carbon and its compounds. First of all, we should know that according to the atomic number that is given to the atom carbon, it is the number 6. Okay, because hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron and carbon. So it is the atomic configuration, the number is 6. Now let me explain one more point to you, that why only carbon is mainly dealing with these hydrocarbons. Why we usually see carbon only, that it has the capacity to bond up with hydrogen or any other carbon atoms. I'll tell you why. Because carbon itself has a very small atomic structure. It has a very small size, I would say. So this small size helps to make very strong bonds and stable bonds when it combines with other hydrogen or other carbon atoms. Okay, first one is its very small size. Now children, second is that it has a tetravalency. I hope you understand the meaning of tetravalency. Now as I told you, it has the atomic number of 6. So there are 4 electrons in its valence shell. Valence means the outer orbit. So that means that carbon has capacity of combining with 4 different. It can be hydrogen or it can combine with other carbon atoms. So this is, one is tetravalency and the other one is, second property of carbon is catenation. Okay, now I don't know how many of you do understand the meaning of catenation. Catenation is the ability of this carbon atom to form long chains. Okay, to form long chains. So because of this small structure, it has the capability of forming long chains with carbon and other hydrogen atoms. Not only the open chain, but also it has the capacity to form ring or cyclic compounds. Okay, so this is the introduction to my topic, carbon and its compounds. Now I will explain you what are the types of hydrocarbons. Okay, so just stay connected with this. So now I am going to explain what are the different types. Okay, this is carbon and its compounds. Okay, this is grade 10 topic. Okay, now as I told you, there are types of hydrocarbons. Okay, there are 2 types of hydrocarbons mainly. One is aliphatic and the other one is aromatic. First of all, children, I would like to explain you what do you mean by aliphatic hydrocarbons. Okay, Aliphatic hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons wherein there is no ring. Okay, these are open chain hydrocarbons. First difference you should know about this. What is an aliphatic hydrocarbon? It is an open chain hydrocarbon. Okay, this will also have many categories. I am going to explain you. Okay, the first one is alkanes. This is the saturated bond, okay, where there is no double bond, no triple bond. Second one, alkenes. Just see the terminology that I am underlining. And the third one is alkynes. So in alkenes we have a double bond. I will show you like this. In alkynes we have a triple bond, and in alkanes we only have a single bond. So these are aliphatic open chain compounds. Now it can be a single bond when we call it as alkanes. It can be a double bond when we name them as alkenes. It can be a triple bond when we name them as alkynes. Okay. Now I am going to explain you the nomenclature. How are we supposed to name these open chain or aliphatic hydrocarbons? And the second one is aromatic. First one was aliphatic. This is aromatic compounds, which basically consist of ring or cyclic compounds. ठीक है, इसमें ring and cycle होता है basically, and this requires minimum 3 carbon atoms. Okay, minimum 3 carbon atoms to form a cycle, a ring. That is why its name has been given aromatic compounds. So there are two types of hydrocarbons, aliphatic and aromatic. Aromatic are the ring shaped structures. Alright, the best example I can give you is benzene, wherein the formula is C6H6. Okay, after I will explain you, this I am going to explain you after the explanation of the aliphatic hydrocarbons nomenclature. How C6H6 is an aromatic compound. Now next we will come to the nomenclature of the hydrocarbons. Okay, nomenclature. What is the meaning of nomenclature? Nomenclature of hydrocarbons means how do we name these hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are nothing but these are compounds, these are organic compounds which have been taken from living resources. Okay, they mostly consist of carbon, hydrogen and other compounds. So that is why the name hydrocarbons. So nomenclature, how do we name these? Now as I told you, for aliphatic there are 3 types. Okay, alkanes. So children, remember that for alkanes, whenever I told you there is the carbon has 4, it has a tetravalency, capacity of combining to 4 other hydrogen, carbon and other carbon atoms. Okay, so 4. So when carbon is only 1, when we have only 1 carbon atom, we name it as meth. Okay, you have to learn this. Now when we have 2 carbon atoms, then we name it as eth. Okay, when we have 3 carbons in a chain, 3 carbon atoms, okay, C1, carbon 2, carbon 3, then we name it as prop. Similarly, for 4 carbon atoms, I will name it as bute. For 5, I will name it as pent. For 6, I will name it as heads. So this is the nomenclature. Now there are 4 carbon atoms here. Here I have 5 carbon atoms and here I have 6 carbon atoms. So 1 carbon atom methane, 2 eth, 3 prop, 4 bute, 5 pent and 6 is hex. Now coming to the properties wherein we put a single bond, a double bond or a triple bond. So whenever it is saturated, there is no double or triple bond. That means, I mean to say, it has only a single bond. We call it as methane, CH4. Okay, the formula is CnH2n. How will you calculate or take out the formula of methane, where n represents the number of carbon atoms? N is equal to how many carbon atoms we have. Suppose in methane I have only one carbon atom. So C1H2 multiplied by 1 and plus 2. So how much? C, then 2 plus 2, CH4. Similarly, if I have two carbon atoms, so C2H2 multiplied by 2 plus 2. So this will give me C2H6. This will be ethane. Okay, so this is ethane. Now this will be C3H8 propane. Butane will be C4H10. Pentane will be C5H12. And hexane will be C6H14. So you can notice that all these hydrocarbons, they have similar structures, similar chemical properties, and they differ by a group called CH2 group. This CH2 group is nothing but this is called as the homologous series. Homologous series. So I hope you understood how we can calculate the chemical formula. N is equal to the number of carbon atoms, C2H2 multiplied by 2 plus 2. So it is going to give me C2H6. Similarly, C3H8, propane, C4H10, butane, C5H12, pentane, C6H14 is hexane. Now, coming to the next, alkenes. Okay, when I have a double bond. So their formula is CnH2n only. Suppose I have only one carbon atom. Okay, I have only one carbon atom. C1H2 multiplied by 1. So what I am going to do? Tell me. Methane, right? So methane will be CnH2n. This is going to be CH2. Okay, then this will become C2H4 because there is a double bond between the carbon atom and we have two hydrogen molecules here. So this becomes C2H4. Ethene, propene will become C3H6. Butene will become C4H8. Similarly, pentene will become C5H10 and hexene, my dear students, will become C6H12. So these are also differing by CH2 series, which is called as the homologous series. Now coming to the last part, kind of aliphatic compounds, was the alkynes. So alkynes का formula होता है CnH2n minus 2. Okay, so if I have one carbon atom, suppose I have, let us take the ethene wala, two carbon atoms. So 2 multiplied by 2 minus 2 will become C2, 2 2s are 4 minus 2 will become C2H2. So this is called as ethyne, propyne, butane and pentyne. Okay, so the formula is triple bond. Ethyne C2H2, propyne C3H4, butane C4H6 and pentyne will be C5H8. I hope you can understand the three. There is one triple bond in between the two carbon atoms and one hydrogen. No, sorry, C3H4, C4H6 and 3C5H8. So this is how we name alkanes, alkynes and alkenes. Okay. Now I will come to the what are the rules for naming the homologous series. Also I have explained you. So now I am going to explain you what are the rules of naming the organic compounds. Okay, so according to the IUPAC name, we call it as IUPAC name. The full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Again I will repeat, the full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. IUPAC name or IUPAC names, this has defined certain rules. How are we supposed to name the hydrocarbons? Let me start with the first rule, because children have a lot of problem in naming the hydrocarbons. So the first rule is that you are going to take the main root word, the parent carbon chain. Okay, for example, if I have ethane, let us see, C2H123 C2H6. So this is my parent chain, okay, or the root word. So this becomes ethane. You will see how many carbon atoms are there, 2 eth, and you are watching that there is no double and triple bond, only there is single bond. Okay, only there are single bonds with the carbon is connecting with the other carbon atom and 3 hydrogen atoms on both the sides. So this becomes ethane. So you have to keep in mind कि मेरा parent chain है क्या, मेरा parent जो hydrocarbon chain है, मेरा root word क्या है, वो है eth. Right? Now second rule पे हम आएंगे इसमें. Now the rule number 2 is that whenever there is an alkyl group, okay, that has to be alkyl group. What do you mean by alkyl group? In chemistry, we usually represent this as the R group. That is an alkyl group. So इसमें क्या होता है, एक हाइड्रोजन एटम कम हो जाता है. जैसे CH4 was methane, so CH3 will be my methyl group. Okay, C2H5 will be my ethyl group. Okay, now C3H7 is my propyl group. So one hydrogen atom you are going to decrease. मिथेन में से डिक्रीज किया तो वो मिथाइल ग्रुप बन गया, इथेन में डिक्रीज किया तो इथाइल बन गया. सिमिलरली प्रोपाइल, ब्यूटाइल, पेंटाइल, ऐसे. तो जब भी हमारा एल्काइल ग्रुप आएगा, दैट इज आर, वी हैव टू प्रीफिक्स इट बिफोर द मेन हाइड्रोकार्बन चेन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई टेल यू देर इज अ ब्यूटेन चेन और यहाँ पे मैंने दे दिया सेकेंड नंबर पे मिथाइल ग्रुप, दैट इज एन एल्काइल, तो मैं क्या करूँगी कि मिथाइल वाला जो मीनिंग है वो मेरे मेन हाइड्रोकार्बन चेन से पहले आए. सो हाउ मेनी कार्बन एटम्स आर देयर, 1 2 3 एंड 4. सो मेरा मेन पेरेंट चेन क्या हो गया, ब्यूटेन, और मेरा ये ब्रांचिंग का क्या है, एल्काइल ग्रुप से ब्रांचिंग है, तो मेरा क्या आ जाएगा यहाँ पे, मिथाइल. दिस इज माई मिथाइल ब्यूटेन बिकॉज दिस ब्रांचिंग एल्काइल ग्रुप. सो मिथाइल विल कम in front of the parent hydrocarbon chain, which is butane. So we name it as methyl butane. Now coming to the third rule. Okay, I am taking the same example. Now अब आपको कैसे इसको नेम करना, आप सोच रहे होंगे, you must be wondering, क्या मैं इसको 1 2 3 4 करके नेम करूं, या इधर से लेफ्ट टू राइट नेम करूं, या राइट टू लेफ्ट नेम करूं. This is rule number 3. So my dear children, wherever the branching, this alkyl group or any other functional group is getting the lowest or the shortest possible number, in that direction you have to number or name your hydrocarbon compound. For example, if I move from this direction 1 2 3, here this carbon atom is getting the third position, so this is a wrong method. Okay, if I move from left to right, here my carbon atom where the branching is happening, that is with the methyl group. So here my branching is happening on the second. So which will I choose? There is one second carbon, and from this numbering I will do, it gives me third. So I told you that you have to take the shortest possible numbering. So I will be taking, it will be 2-methyl butane. Because why not 3-methyl butane? Because 3 number जो है वो ज़्यादा हो जाए. So I have to take the shortest possible number for the wherever the branching is happening, whether the branching is happening with the alkyl group or with any other functional group. Functional group, I hope you do understand. It can be an aldehyde group, it can be a ketone group, it can be a carboxylic acid group, okay, COOH. So wherever shortest possible number you are getting, there you will name. Now I come to the rule number 4. Rule number 4 is, you have to see that, let me take one example, CH2, CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH2. This is, now which group, which chain are you going to take as the main chain and which you are going to take as the branching one? You have to see कि ब्रांचिंग वाला जो है वो छोटा ग्रुप होगा और जो मेन चेन है वो मेरी लेंथियर होगी, दैट विल बी लॉन्गर. सो दिस इज 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. एंड अगर मैंने उल्टा किया होता, मैं सीधा चली गई होती, सो दिस वुड हैव बीन ओनली अ 5 कार्बन एटम चेन, पेंटेन बनता. लेकिन अगर मैं उसको अपना एल्काइल ग्रुप कंसिडर कर रही हूँ and I am considering the longer chain to be my parent chain, hydrocarbon chain, then it is containing of 7 carbon atoms. So it will become heptane. So heptane is a lengthier chain or a pentane? Obviously heptane. So heptane will become my parent chain, and this ethyl group I will write as a prefix. And where is it happening? The branching is happening at the third position. So the name will be 3-ethyl. Ethyl is a smaller group, it forms as a branch, and heptane, this is my main group, main hydrocarbon chain. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now coming to the fifth point. Fifth point says that when I have 2 methyl groups, for example, this is my butane chain with the 4, and I have 2 methyl groups here. Then what should I do? Then this is also my alkyl group only. What I will do, 1 2 3 4. This is the way I am going to name. ऐसे तो करूँगी नहीं क्योंकि इस पे थर्ड वाला आ रहा है, यहाँ पे सेकेंड वाला पोजीशन पे ब्रांचिंग हो रही है, डबल ब्रांचिंग है, 2 बार डाई मिथाइल. सो अब मैं बोलूँगी कितनी चेन है ये टोटल? पेरेंट चेन क्या हो गई? ब्यूटेन एंड डाई मिथाइल, बिकॉज देयर आर 2 मिथाइल ग्रुप्स. One is this alkyl group, another one is this alkyl group, and 2 दोनों 2 सेकेंड कार्बन पे ही दोनों की ब्रांचिंग हो रही है. ये मिथाइल ग्रुप यहाँ पे भी प्रेजेंट है, मिथाइल ग्रुप यहाँ पे भी प्रेजेंट है. सो दिस बिकम्स 2 डाइमिथाइल ब्यूटेन. सो यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड दैट अगर 2 ग्रुप्स भी हैं उसको भी हम प्रीफिक्स में ही लिखेंगे एज डाई करके, 2 डाइमिथाइल ब्यूटेन. नाउ कमिंग टू द 6th rule. Whenever we have a functional group, whether it is aldehyde, whether it is a ketone, whether it is a carboxylic acid, हमेशा आपको ध्यान रखना है that you will give the shortest possible number to the functional group also. For example, I have a butane का chain and I am giving here, let me say, aldehyde group. So 1 2 3 4 or 1 2 3 4, which should be the correct style of nomenclature? Here the aldehyde group is getting the 3 1, third, so that is wrong. Okay, and if I go by this method, here I am getting the aldehyde naming nomenclature as the second. So how I am going to name it? Or if I take an alcohol group, let me say like this, what will happen? So my parent chain will be the main name first, butane. Okay, then you will put a dash and branching किस पे हुई है? 2 पे. Second carbon atom is showing the branching with the functional group of alcohol. So this will become alcohol. All alcohol हमने start से नहीं लेना. 2 alcohol butane, that is the wrong method of nomenclature. So you have to name the hydrocarbon first, butane. E आप हटा दोगे because still the naming is not complete. Then you will put the number on which the carbon has been showing the branching. So this is the second atom, carbon atom, which is showing. So 2 and alcohol. So last का OL हम ले लेते हैं. So now it becomes butane 2-ol. I hope the nomenclature is clear. Butane because 4 carbon atoms, 2 because second position पे alcohol group है, functional group है, and all we are representing that second पे कौन सा group है. Now coming to the last rule of nomenclature, that is wherever I have 2 or more than 2 functional groups or alkyl groups, always I will do the numbering alphabetically. So let me show you one example again. There are 5 carbon atoms. On the second one I have chlorine group, and on the fourth one I have bromine group. Or let me do the vice versa. Okay, B हम पहले ले लेते हैं and chlorine मैं बाद में ले लेती हूँ. So now if I take the numbering this way, 2, 3, 4, 5, will it be correct? What did I say? The rule number 7 says that any alkyl group or any functional group, if they are present together in one hydrocarbon, they will be named in an alphabetical order. So मेरा ब्रोमो पहले आता है या क्लोरो? B comes first or C? B comes first. So I will do my naming in such a way that bromo will get a shorter number. So 2, this type of naming will be wrong, that 2 chloro and 4 bromo will be, this will be the wrong way of naming. This is my correct way of naming. Because bromo, B comes first, so 2 bromo, because second carbon पे ब्रोमो की ब्रोमीन ग्रुप, एल्काइल ग्रुप यहाँ पे लगा हुआ है. सो सेकेंड ब्रोमो, 2 ब्रोमो, 4 क्लोरो. बी और सी में से भी बी पहले आता है, तो मैंने शॉर्टर नंबर किसको दिया है? 2 को. 2 ब्रोमो, 4 क्लोरो, एंड देन यू विल चेक द होल चेन, दैट इज pentane, because there are 5 carbon atoms. So 2 bromo, B comes first, bromine will get a shorter number, then C comes, then it will get a 4th carbon atom where chlorine is there, okay, at the branching, 4th carbon atom, and then the whole hydrocarbon chain, that is pentane. So my dear students, I hope I am able to make you understand clear, with the concepts of the organic chemistry. So stay tuned, stay connected to my channel, and I'll be coming up with more topics related to physics, chemistry and biology. So stay tuned and do watch my channel, like it, subscribe it for better understanding of the concepts. Okay, have a good day. I hope you do well and you understand it very nicely. Thank you. Bye bye.